And finally, the Royal Rumble. I think the right person won, and I knew as soon as Cena won the World Heavyweight title match that my Rumble prediction was wrong. Although there was the wishful thinking that I'd be right. There was actually a game I played on, there was a game I played somewhere where I told everybody to pick 2 numbers to who would win the Rumble. Not people, because that's too easy to pick a person who would win the Royal Rumble, but pick the 2 entry numbers for who would win. I picked number 20 and number 8. No, did I pick number 25? Yeah, I picked number 8 and number 25. Number 25 was Rob Van Dam, which is pretty sweet. And number 8 was Randy Orton. So I did pretty good this year. Randy Orton winning the Royal Rumble was necessary, and it made sense as far as the storyline went. Does Triple H really have to be in the final 2 all the time? Like, I mean, really. Like, the one time I saw Triple H be eliminated in a Battle Royal really early for him was a couple of years ago in a 30-man Battle Royal on a 3-hour episode of Raw. I think it was like 4 guys trying to eliminate him. It was like Lance Cade, Rated RKO, and somebody else. Lance Cade lasted longer in a Battle Royal than Triple H. Think about that. But as far as the legacy, all 3 of them being there at the end, first of all, how big is that for DiBiase and Rhodes to be in the Final 4? It was huge. But yeah, the Royal Rumble was entertaining. Santino Marella being eliminated in 1 point whatever seconds, beating a 20-year record held by the Warlord. Good job, Santino. Too bad you couldn't beat another record and become the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all the times. Hold on. Just because I brought that up, I have to bust out my Santino impression. Because he didn't become the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all the times. The Honky Tonky Man was the Intercontinental Champion for a record 64 weeks. I, Santino Marella, only had the Intercontinental Championship for 13 weeks. That's enough of that. Incredible. Jeff, you were telling me earlier, there's always sound during your shows, and now, look at this. Furnace comes on, and it happens on both coasts, West Coast and the East Coast. It's incredible. Can never do a show without something in here. Unbelievable. And the final question is from Thunder7NYFL, aka Joe. There you go. And the question is, how long do I expect to do this show, the Sensational Experience? As long as I have people willing to watch me, as long as you keep sending me questions, as long as I have people like using word of mouth or word of internet. However you want to showcase this show, tell your friends about it, tell everybody you want to tell about it, that the Sensational Experience is on the air, or on the web, or etc. As long as people are watching the show, I keep doing it for you people. Keep answering your questions. And that's why I do it. I do it for you people. I don't do it for me. I could care less about making myself happy. I want to do it for you. I want to give you people a little bit of knowledge from somebody else, because I'm not necessarily Jeff Nation, but somebody who has been a fan of wrestling for a good 20 years now. Which is, well, that's what I want to do for you people. Speaking of that, I had a recent talk with one of my best friends, and he gave me a couple good suggestions for the show. A couple of you also did. So starting next show, because I'm not doing it this show because I hadn't planned it out, I just wanted suggestions from you people. I am bringing the top 5 to the Sensational Experience. Top 5, whether it could be top 5 best matches of all time, worst matches of all time, worst gimmicks, best gimmicks, best female wrestlers, worst female wrestlers, whatever. You can provide me the topics. That'll be something else that you can do. Send me questions, provide me topics for the top 5. One top 5 topic a week. Also, being that I'm here at school and in a room by myself, he also gave me the suggestion of having a co-host, which I can't really do, at least when I'm up here. So, whenever I happen to go home, you will have a co-host to the Sensational Experience, and it's my best friend, David Swartz. So it might be a little interesting to provide insight from two guys who are actually both going to be in the wrestling business in the same company. So we can do interviews live, well not live, but taped from the Jacob Wool Pavilion in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. So NWAE shows will come to the Sensational Experience. We will get interviews with people if you want. Also doing questions from independent shows. It should be really good. It should be really fun because I wanted to take this show on the road, and instead of just being cooped up here, I can take the show. Maybe I can take it to my TV studio up here at school. Maybe I can take it, I don't know. I just don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay in one particular place. I want to take this show wherever I can. So look for that in the future. And as far as that's concerned, that's all for the Sensational Experience. Yeah, I'm rocking the Kennedy shirt, just in case you people haven't noticed the entire show. This is Greg Cherry, and we will see you, or I will see you, at episode 3. And if you don't like what I say, your life is a pits. Deal with it, because you've just experienced the sensation. See you next week. Go Steelers.